everyone! We got into a slower period of the year when it comes to new games, but it doesn't mean there's nothing worth your time coming out besides the new Doom within the next few weeks. So let's dive into a selection of new games and some bigger DLCs for well-established titles coming out in May. Stellaris is a grand strategy that originally released in 2016, and I gotta say that it's one of the more enjoyable ones. And it has great music, by the way. Biogenesis is the 10th expansion for the game, and it focuses on genetics. As a master geneticist, you will shape the galaxy with living ships, engineer ecosystems, and enhance species. Players will get to choose from 3 ascension paths: cloning, purity, and mutation. There are new origins, 16 species traits, a new defensive station, and much more than that. Although I think the coolest thing still has to be living ships. I wish I could be better at this game, but even though I'm not, I come back to Stellaris regularly, and if you're interested in getting into genetic manipulations in an environment where no one will blame you for it, Stellaris Biogenesis will be out on May 5th. If you're looking for something a bit less intimidating, then Revenge of the Savage Planet might be more up your alley. This game is a sequel to Journey to the Savage Planet from 2020, and it's a very satirical take on science fiction. The game is made by the Canadian Raccoon Logic that consists of the previous workers of Typhoon Studios that made the first game. In the game, you play as a worker of Alta Interglobal who is sent to colonize an alien planet. The problem is you not only get fired, but also left behind. So obviously you're looking for a way back to your home planet, and just as the title suggests, you want to take revenge on those corporate bastards. You are the Revenger.
Yeah, it's called the Revenges.
Revenges?
Because I'm getting revenge.
This game will take you across a variety of planets to explore and understand the worlds you encounter. You'll get to climb mountains, dive, scan plants, capture creatures, craft upgrades to your toolset, and all of that can be done either solo or in co-op. All of that awaits you on May 8th on PC, PS5, and Xbox consoles. Oh, and crossplay is available too. Everspace 2 from 2023 has had a pretty good run, and Rockfish Games is not stopping with expanding on their success. After the DLC called Titans last year, now we have another one coming called Wrath of the Ancients. This expansion offers a new adventure set after the events of the base game, as well as some mid-game side quests related to exploring the Okar civilization and their homeworlds. Then you get to fight against ancient and alien enemies, meanwhile tracking the source of threats to colonial space. Wrath of the Ancients offers new playable Wraith Okar ship class, new and returning characters, new enemy types and bosses, 4 new star systems, new secrets, puzzles, weapons, and much more. The expansion is coming on May 12th, and you'll get to play it on PC, PS5, and Xbox consoles. This game reminded me a little bit of the oldest GTA games, but this time around you're on the other side of the barricade called The Law. You play as Officer Nick Cordell Jr., a rookie beat cop who just got out of the academy and now has to defend the poor citizens of Averno that's stylized into a very 1980s noir city. Oh, and you will have to solve the mystery of your father's murder. In the game itself, you have a big sandbox at your disposal. You will patrol the streets, respond to callouts, take part in car chases and shootouts. You'll get to deal with anything from parking infractions to drug deals or even bank heists. Oh yeah, and besides using a squad car, you can also chase criminals in a helicopter. That's pretty damn cool. The game offers a dynamic weather system and a day-night cycle. I really like its dirty neon look, and I will definitely play the game myself when it comes out on May 13. And actually, the game will be available on PC and consoles. This game probably requires no explanation. Doom: The Dark Ages is the 3rd game in the modern series of Doom games done by id Software. Even though it's the 3rd game, well, actually the 6th in the whole series, it serves as a prequel to Doom from 2016 and moves you to something that looks like a very dark and demonic medieval times. And in order to fit the medieval times, you get a shield and a flail, among other weapons. Obviously, guns are not gone. Now you can just use more of an up-close demonic killing as an addition. The selection of available weapons is pretty interesting, and the game plays roughly the same, with a big change being more horizontal movements required from the players instead of flying, jumping, and dashing that you did in Doom Eternal. As always, you need to be aware of what's happening on the battlefield because your HP can go down really fast, but if you're looking for a chill Doom experience, you'll actually be able to customize a lot in this game. Obviously, it works both ways. If you're really into a hardcore experience, you should be able to step up your game even more than before. Doom: The Dark Ages will be out on May 15th on PC, PS5 and Xbox consoles, and it's coming to Game Pass as well. However, if you get the premium edition of the game, you'll be able to play 3 days early on May 12th. Since we're talking about the Middle Ages, let's stick to the era but move to a completely different kind of game. It's a game by Untitled Studio, and it's published by Hooded Horse that specializes in publishing really good strategy games, so I decided it's worth taking a look. Blacksmith Master gives you a simple task. You need to manage your own medieval smithy and supervise the entire process from mining ores and gems to designing and selling finished products. You'll get to forge weapons, armors, tools, cooking utensils, all to build your own blacksmithing empire. As you fulfill orders from different parts of the kingdom, you will unlock new privileges and capabilities. You'll also have to make sure that your shop is properly designed to have enough room for production and sale of your goods. Blacksmith Master will be out on Steam on the 15th of May. Roadcraft is a sim in which you own the company that's responsible for getting rid of damages that happen as a result of natural disasters. You'll operate heavy machinery like diggers or cranes, you'll need to recycle all the waste that's left, and plan transport routes. Apparently, during the game, we'll visit 8 distinct locations, from mountains or deserts to a flooded city. We can encounter things like a damaged dam, collapsed bridges, or solar farms that need fixing. The game offers over 40 different machines for you to use as you progress through the campaign. If you fancy putting some personal touches on the machines, you'll be able to do that in a proper workshop. If you feel handy enough, you can play the game by yourself, or you can play it in co-op of up to 4 players. This game even got a new physics engine from Saber Interactive. Roadcraft will be out on May 20th on PC, PS5 and Xbox consoles. JDM Japanese Drift Master is a game that you might have already played actually, because it had a demo available on Steam, but it's finally releasing soon. JDM is all about Japan's legendary car culture. You have a story told through manga-style pages, you explore the open world inspired by real-life areas, but most importantly, you drive classic cars that are made to drift every turn available. The game has a carefully tuned physics to make sure that you can enjoy the simcade experience both on the controller and proper sim racing gear. There's over 250 kilometers of roads to explore that are full of traffic in a weather dynamic environment with a day-night cycle. Cars in this game are licensed, and obviously you'll be able to customize them. JDM is coming to PC on May 21st, and I guess all fans of the original Fast and Furious and fans of Japanese car culture should be pretty happy with it. Developed by Mercury Steam, this game is definitely heavily inspired by the Norse adventures of God of War. At times, it's weirdly close to what you'd see with Kratos, especially with boy sidekick that follows you everywhere and who helps you in the game world. But in this world, you're in a fantasy land where the ruler turned all steel into stone to make sure that only her army can use the metal. The only person who is still able to work the metal is obviously the character we play. The combat is a bit more advanced than you would expect, with different types of attacks but also different directions of attack. Each weapon you use will degrade in time, and you'll be able to repair it up to a certain point. You'll also craft your own weapons that you'll be able to forge up to a better state with better stats as you get better at it. The whole crafting system involves a minigame, so forging weapon is not a simple matter of clicking on things that you want, but it's definitely less complex than what Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has. Blades of Fire is coming on May 22nd to PC, PS5 and Xbox consoles. This game has a bit of Dave the Diver vibe, but it's probably aimed the most at the fans of the group Viva La Dirt League. The game is inspired by their series' epic NPC men, and in the game you play as Balin, a humble fisherman who needs to become the hero of Honeywood. You'll have to engage in epic battles with the fish. By leveling up, you'll also unlock new spells, you'll have to equip the right bait and time your fishing attacks properly, and yeah, there are fish bosses in the water. During your adventures, you'll also find treasures that will help you rebuild Honeywood, and that will be beneficial for you because you'll unlock more equipment and more quests from the merchants. If you have a PC, PS5 or Switch, then May 29 is a nice day for fishing. Ain't it? Fans of FromSoft have another reason to rejoice, although this time in a slightly different way than usual. Nightreign is not yet another expansion for Elden Ring, but actually a new game set in this universe. This game is focused on joining forces with other people in a 3-player co-op and playing through 3 in-game days to prepare for the final boss. There is a mechanic with shrinking game area that you might usually connect with Battle Royale games, but it's not exactly that. There will be no building characters from scratch, but instead this time you take control of heroes who all possess their own abilities. It will be important to get a good team composition to make sure you can use powerful synergies. So it seems like Nightreign is what Souls-like players love, beating more and more bosses, and if you want to join this boss train, then you'll be able to do that on the 30th of May on PC and both previous and current generation of Sony and Microsoft consoles. If you're still interested in more adventures of Henry of Skalitz, then you need to get ready for the first DLC to the game. Called Brushes with Death, the DLC will come alongside of patch 1.3 that will add new free stuff to the game as well. The DLC itself is supposed to introduce an important character, a painter who is obviously somehow connected with death, just as the name suggests. There is a whole questline connected with the painter, but apart from that, the DLC will also include a new feature, which is shield painting. Henrys of the world will be able to customize the shield with various styles, patterns, and colors, so it's all up to your imagination. The team at Warhorse said that out of the 3 DLCs that they announced as part of their roadmap, this one is slightly smaller than the upcoming 2 because they were working on it while still finishing the main game. There is no specific release date of the DLC, but during the last dev stream, the developer said it will be out within a month. And that sounds like May will be a good moment to come back to KCD. In the end, a treat for all the fans of Formula 1, whether you're a fan of McLaren, Ferrari or Red Bull, or maybe you like the soothing voice of James Vowles, or Toto Wolff.
No, Mikey, no, Mike, that was so not right.
Anyway, F1 25 is Codemasters' another take on F1 racing. Since I assume we know what the racing game is all about, let's focus on the new things or upgrades in this edition of the game. My team mode is getting a big change because now you take on the role of the owner of an F1 team who has new owner perk system at his disposal, and that will allow you to specialize in preferred areas of team management. You'll also be able to properly design car liveries, which is cool. 5 tracks were rebuilt with the use of LiDAR scans, and now you'll also get to drive on reverse track if you wish to do so. PC is also getting a huge visual boost if your device can handle it, because you can turn on path tracing and then look at all the cars and the tracks right before Lance Stroll crashes into you. Or if you're playing in a Ferrari, then right before you're disqualified. Sorry. The game is available for PC, PS5 and Xbox consoles, and it might be a good choice for F1 fans right between the Monaco and Spanish Grand Prix. Okay, so this is my selection of games coming in May that you might want to look into. I am personally interested in Doom, the new DLC for KCD2, and I think I'll try the Precinct and Blacksmith Master as well. And what about you? Maybe there's something else you'd like to add to this list, because if that is the case, make sure to do so in the comments. Thank you for watching, take care.